Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. It always seems impossible until it's done. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Live life as though nobody is watching and express yourself as though everyone is listening. I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. We must use time creatively and forever realize that the time is always right to do right. I have never cared very much for personal prizes. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Although I am a gregarious person, I love solitude even more. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Nothing is black or white. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Know your enemy and learn about his favorite sport. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. In some ways, it is easier to be a dissident, for then one is without responsibility. Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Let each know that for each the body, the mind, and the soul have been freed to fulfill themselves. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. You will achieve more in this world through acts of mercy than you will through acts of retribution. The brave man is not the one who has no fears. He is the one who triumphs over his fears. Men have different capacities and react differently to stress, but the stronger ones raised up the weaker ones, and both became stronger in the process. Those who conduct themselves with morality, integrity, and consistency need not fear the forces of inhumanity and cruelty. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. Which quote do you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss out a chance to see next video, and subscribe the channel.